Okay, everybody, let's get started. My phone says it's noon. I'm assuming that's what everybody else says. So, today we're going to be working on donations income. Um, instead of entering income that you get in donations and in accounting, what we highly recommend is when you get money from, the constituents in your church is that you enter it in through donations and then transfer it over to accounting. That way, it's quicker. There's less chance of it being messed up because you don't have to enter it twice. And yeah, like I said, it's just much quicker. But in order to do that, we have to set up the linkages between donations and accounting. To do that, you can do that in either donations or accounting, but I'm going to do it in donations. So when you first open up donations, um, at the top of the screen here is the transfer to accounting window. You open up this. This is the place where you will transfer posted batches and donations that have been entered in donations over to accounting. Um, this first screen here, this first tab, this transfer donations tab, um, it is going to show you any posted batches and donations that have yet to be transferred over to accounting. So I entered one earlier today um, that we'll deal with here in just a little bit. Um, it will always default to the current accounting year. If you need to go back and say you entered in something 2016, has to post that over. You can click on the drop down and select that date. But like I said, it defaults to 2017. The the most important tab and the tab that you tell it where to put your money in accounting is the default account links tab. So it's going to show you every giving account you have here on the left. So these are the accounts that people donate to. And then you have to tell it what the debit account and the credit account is that it's going to affect over in accounting. So the first one, is the debit account. It will always be an asset account. Typically, it'll just be, or most commonly, it is, a checking account. The credit account can be either a income account, account that begins with a 4, an expense account, one begins with a 5, or a liability, which begins with a 2. Um, Most of the time, it is just a normal income account. Um, but for special situations such as pass-throughs or um, offsetting expenses, you can set it up to be a liability or a expense account as well. Um, when you when you create a new account, like for example this missions account, it does not come with any um, account linkages set up already. You have to go and do that. I'm going to leave that blank here for the time being. And then the last tab in the transfer donations to accounting is the posted transfers tab. This is the tab that will show you the donations that have already been transferred over to accounting in the current year. So you can see just based off transaction numbers and how much was posted over. And if you ever need to print out what's been transferred already, or if you need a print from a current batch, in the top right corner there's this print selected transfer. So I went back to the transfer donations tab and selected a batch I already entered. If I click print selected transfer, it brings up the transfer report options. And then you usually just leave that blank and click print. So that brings up the report that shows you, the transaction number it's unposted because we haven't transferred it yet, and then the amount going to each account over in accounting. So I'm going to close out of that. So when you get to the point where you have entered in your donations and you've posted it and you want to transfer it to accounting, you'll go to this window and you'll see your batch that you are ready to post. You click the little plus sign just to kind of double check the linkages are right. So typically, so you'll have your giving accounts that are building fund, and they'll typically go to a similarly named account or similarly themed account over in accounting. So, like, for example, the building fund goes to the building fund contributions account. If it's not correct, like this one up here, missions, is set up to go to the state taxes taxable or state taxes payable account. If you know that's not correct, you can go down to the drop down and find the correct one. So, like, for example, contribution to missions. So once you have that corrected and you can see it's all going to the right places, you can then, over here on the right, there's the post button. You click that, and then that will bring up the confirm donation transaction window. And it's just basically another screen for you to kind of double check everything and make sure everything is correct. You can put in line item or transaction comments if you need to. So we could put, so most of the time people leave that blank, but if you want to put comments in, you can. And then just here in the bottom right corner, there's another post button. So you click that, and it'll tell you donation transaction was posted to accounting with transaction 121. And then you click OK, and it lets you know you can print that particular transfer in the posted transfers tab. So now if I go there real quick, you'll see that the transaction we just posted is now in there. You can tell when a donation batch was posted over to accounting by looking at this column on the far right where it says donation date posted. And so you can see it has today's date at 12:03. All right, let me show you another. Instead of just opening up that transfer to accounting window after it's been posted, another feature in the program is you can, when you post a donation batch, you can tell it to go directly to the post and transfer screen instead of having to close out and open that screen yourself. So I have this batch entered with all the different accounts I want to enter it to. So I click then post and transfer. Yes. I don't want to print the batch. I'll say no to that. So when I do that, after it's been posted into donations, the transfer donations to accounting window will automatically pop up with the date, the donation date, and the total amount. Again, if I click the plus sign, you can see where it's going to everywhere. And some accounts don't have, if an account doesn't have a credit or debited account set up correctly, you can enter it in on this screen. So I like to save the animals. You can then do a search. You can click on the drop down and it'll show you all the valid accounts that you can select over on in accounting. So I just kind of scrolled down to the Save the Dogs income account and selected that. And now that's the account that is going to be credited over in accounting. Do be aware, though, that any changes made to this particular um, account on this particular tab for the accounting links are not permanent. These are just temporary changes. If you want to permanently set up the accounting links or permanently change the accounting links, you have to go to this default account links tab. This tab is where you will actually set up the permanent links. So we just set up the save the animals drive on the transfer donations tab, but in order for it to remember the next time you enter donations to that account, you have to go to this tab, and then we'll find it again. Let's see, so save the dog's income, and you just select it from the drop down and move on to another field, and it's now in there, and it is going to be saved for now on. And then you can go back to the transfer donations tab and post it. One thing a lot of churches do is, so you have your default account links set up, but say 1 week all of your donations to the general fund are going to go to, a disaster relief or the Red Cross or something like that. You can change that here on this screen. So say I want to change the general fund to the disaster relief account. I just again click on the drop down and find the disaster relief recovery account. Select that, and it changes it on this screen. So you can see general fund is going to be crediting that liability account for just this particular post. But if I go to the default account links tab, it is still going to the normal general tithes and offering income account. I can then click the post button. I can confirm the donation transactions. And for example, in this one, under line item comments, I can put in, general fund donations went to disaster relief this week. And then when we post that over, it is now posted over into accounting. And we can see that if we close out of this and close out of donations and go into accounting. So now open accounting. I'm going to go into browse, and up here in the top left corner, and the browse window shows you every transaction that's been entered into accounting so far. If I want to look at just the donations that I've posted over today, what I can do is if I click this change year filter and sort button up here in the top left, and then change the date posted to today's date, and click OK, it's going to show me only the things that I did today so far, which were the 2 donation transactions. So we can see it's going into the different accounts that I set up. So you can see that 40,000 that had originally been set up to go to the general fund now went to the disaster relief. And if I scroll over to the right, under line item comments, you can see the comment that I made. You can also let me close out of this and go back into donations. And I'm going to show you another way to set up the accounting links in donations. So say you create a new donations account. You can do that in a couple different places. The most common place is clicking on Manage Accounts, kind of here in the center. So you click on Manage Accounts, and then if you say you need to create a new giving account for, say, maybe you're having a special a special building fund or like a special some sort of special event that you need to get donations for. Click this green plus sign here and give it an ID that is not in use. So I'll just give it a longer one. And the account name. Let's put special donations. And then before you click add giving account, you want to click show detail here at the bottom. And then there's the accounting links tab. And so you're going to set up the accounting links. You click on the drop down. I'll just select Honey Bank checking, credit account. And in order for you to put it to specific credit accounts or specific debit accounts, those obviously have to be created in accounting first. But assuming that has been set up, we'll do undesignated Memorial Fund income. And then OK. And then when you click that, it's going to say, hey, do you want to save the giving account you are entering? Click yes to that. And there it is in the list, special donations with that ID I gave. And then now when people give to that account, it will show up in the accounting links and be going to the right location. So let me just enter in a donation to that particular account real quick. So I just put in a person's name, the amount, and then when I went down to count, typed in 111 special donations. Then I clicked on add to batch, and there it is, special donations account. If I click post and transfer, I say yes, and then no, and then there it is. It's on the transfer donations to accounting tab. I've clicked the plus sign. You'll see it's going to the debited account and the credit account that I told it to go to. And I can post that over. Now, every once in a while, corrections, have to be made, or reverse, or say someone donates via check, but it comes back to you from the bank with non-sufficient funds. When that happens, you're going to make your correction in donations. So let me just reverse an account donation real quick. So I'm going to reverse Lucy Page's donation on the 1st. For non-sufficient funds. So I click the reverse button up there at the top, tell it to reverse due to non-sufficient funds, and then OK and transfer. So it's been reversed. And then when you do that, you'll get a pop-up on the transfer account donations to accounting tab for a negative $10. But when that happens, typically you do not want to actually transfer that over into accounting because accounting has its own special way to deal with non-sufficient funds. So instead of actually clicking post on those types of transactions, there's this do not transfer checkbox. If you click that, you'll not be able to post it over to donations or over to accounting. And then when you click off and click elsewhere and come back, you'll see that that particular transaction is no longer there. So it's effectively hidden. And so basically, I did that to show you not every transaction that is made or is corrected has to be transferred over to accounting. If it's already been taken care of in accounting, if it's a correction or anything else, or like, for example, this non-sufficient funds, you can click that do not transfer checkbox and it is hidden from your view, and you can then post other transactions over like nothing happened. So like I can example post over this this special donations account over to accounting. And really, that is all I have for you today. So thank you all for attending. If you guys came in late or if you want to watch it again, this has been recorded and it will be put up on our website sometime by the end of next week. And we update that constantly. We put it up on our YouTube page. We put it up on our website. Website also has a lot of other really good training documentation on donations and accounting. If you have any questions about that, you can always go there and check. But that is all I have for you guys today. You guys have a good day, rest of your day, and a good weekend. Thanks. Bye.